Okay, today's session we will discuss the shift register. Shift register is one of the very good application of flip-flop. Okay, so I'll tell you what the shift register has to do. You help me with which flip-flop we need to use for this shift register. Okay, the shift register has to take the data, whatever data you have to give, you gave to the shift register. It has to take the data and it has to pass the data. So if I give 1, the shift register to take the input as 1 and it has to give the same output. What I give to the shift register, it has to give the same output. So if I say hi to shift register, the shift register should also give the same output. So it also give the hi as the output. So that is what the shift register should do. So what I'll put inside, the same I should get outside. So that is the shift register. Okay. So now which flip-flop I have to use for this? For shift register. So which flip-flop will give me the same output? Only one gave me the correct answer. Any others? Any others? Okay. Most of the time we will design shift registers using D flip-flop, because D flip-flop will give us the same output. D is what? D is meant mainly for delay flip-flop or data flip-flop. So why we call that as data flip-flop? If I give 1 to D, the output will also be 1. If I give 0 to D, the output will also be 0. So quickly I'll refresh the concept of shift register and then we will go to the software, D software, where we are practicing the exercise. Yes, D flip-flop is the correct answer for this. So shift register is another type of sequential logic circuit. Shift register is a cascade of flip-flop. Cascade means one after the other. So I'll have everything one after the other. So I'll have the first flip-flop, the second flip-flop, third flip-flop, like this, one after the other I'll have. So this is called as cascade of flip-flop. Then this is a very important point, sharing the same clock. Okay, so shift register is sharing the same clock. For example, in India, we are following the same time all over India. We are following same time. So we all sharing, all the states in India is sharing the same time, isn't it? So if you take a different country in the world, different country will follow different timeline. So that is different, but all over in India, all the states, we are following the same timing. So we all are sharing the same clock. So similar to that, the shift register, the flip-flop is also sharing the same clock here. Yes. So for what it is mainly used? It is used for the storage of transfer of binary data. So shift register mainly used to store the data. Okay, that is the main use of shift register. So for example, I want to print a document. Okay, so I have the document in my computer and I want to print that document. So my document contains 10 pages. Okay, so I'll give print all the 10 pages, print. That is the command I gave to the printer. So what the printer will do? The printer will print the first document. Once the first document is printed completely, the second document will be kept in the buffer. Okay. Then the second document it will print and the third document it will print. So all the document, I have given 10 documents to print to my printer. So my printer is saving that 10 document in some temporary memory location. Okay, then it is printing one by one. Okay, so that is the it is used for the storage of some data. So shift register is also used for that. So flip-flops, so we all know flip-flop will store, one flip-flop will store one data. Okay. To store multiple flip-flops, to store multiple bits, we need multiple flip-flop. So if you want to store only one bit, you take only one flip-flop. But if you want to store 4 bits, you take 4 flip-flop. I want to save 10 bits, then I'll take 10 flip-flop. Okay. So it's purely decided on how many bits I want to store. Okay, so it's like how many dress I have. So if I have more number of dresses, then I want to take a very big wardrobe. If I have less number of dresses, less a minimum small size of wardrobe is enough for me. So it's like that. So if you want to store more files in your computer, then you want a more memory space. If you want less files in your computer, you are going to store less movies, audio, video files, then you go for the less number of memories, that is TB, GB, whatever is latest, you go with that. So a register is a device which is used to store a such information. So based on my information, if my information is 10 bits, then I'll go for 10 flip-flop. If my information is 20 bits, then I go for 20 flip-flops. So that is the idea. So in this we discussed its types like serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, parallel out, and then serial in, parallel out. So serial in means I'll apply data one by one and I'll get the data in the output one by one. So that is serial in, serial out. So how many bit shift register is this? See, this is one flip-flop. I can able to store one bit. This is one, this is one, this is one. So how many bits I can able to store? I can able to store 4 bits. Yes, I can able to store 4 bits, and as well as I need 4 flip-flops here. Yes, so this is serial in, serial out. Similarly, you can apply the data parallelly and you take out of the data parallelly also. So the same thing is expanded here, serial in, serial out, parallel in, parallel out, serial in, parallel out. And still I can do the shift like still I can do the shift like left shift and then right shift. Left shift and then right shift. And then rotate right, rotate left, then bidirectional, both the direction. So I can do rotate my data from here to here, and also I can rotate my data to here, or else both the directions I can rotate my data. So D flip-flop is used for that. So if we have the input as clock, then what is this? If we have a clock input, then what is that? It's a flip-flop or latch. If we have a clock input, that is a flip-flop or latch? It's a flip-flop. Latch will not have any clock input. Yes. So Q is the output. Q bar is only the ulta of this output. All the flip-flop will have 2 outputs, Q and then Q bar. So Q is main output. Q bar is, if Q is 0, Q bar will be 1. If Q is 1, Q bar will be 0. So these things we discussed on the theory session part itself. So now I'll take you to the tool. So this is serial in, serial out flip-flop. So how many bits it can able to store? It can able to store 4 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the flip-flop used or D flip-flop, data is applied serially and data is taken out serially, and the common clock is applied for all the flip-flop. Okay, if I apply the first clock, the data will go into this flip-flop. Second clock, the data will jump to the second flip-flop. Third clock, data jumps to the third flip-flop. And finally, fourth clock, the data jumps to the fourth flip-flop, comes out of this fourth flip-flop. Okay, so now I'll share the screen of the tool. Yes, so we have the block of flip-flop block we have, and go there, take a flip-flop D net. Net is for negative H clock. So I have taken only 2 flip-flops here. So how many bits I can able to store? I have taken only 2 flip-flops. How many bits I can able to store? We can able to store only 2 bits. Yes. So what is the first thing? First thing is, so this way if we design, we won't miss any point out. Yes. So after taking the flip-flop, I'll take the clock generator. Then, so it's a common clock, na? So I'll apply a common clock to all the flip-flop. Yes, common clock is applied. Then I'll apply the input. What about the input of preset and clear? What should I connect to preset and clear? Preset and clear. What should we connect to preset and clear? We should always connect a logic high for that. So yes, now we will simulate this. Give some relevant names and shape. So I'll stop the clock animation. I'll stop the clock animation. I'll change my input to 1. So I'll give first clock. There is no change in the output. Now I'll give the second clock. See, the output has changed in the second clock. Yes. So the first clock, the input from here will jump to here, and the second clock input from here will jump to the outside. Yes. We connected logic 1 to preset and ground. Okay. So we connected directly some inputs and we saw what is the output. If you increase the clock speed, then start animating it. So quickly you can see the changes. Or else if you want to see like how the one is going inside the flip-flop, I should see that. Then you stop animating this clock pulse and then see, I'll change my input now 0. So this is first clock, and in the second clock I can see the output has changed to 0. Yes. So in this way, in the same way, we can take the 4 flip-flops in connected in series, and you can give the inputs and outputs here. So for the same 2-bit shift register, so which is this SISO, SIPO, PIPO or PISO? Which one is this? Which one is this? Which configuration of shift register is this? SISO, SIPO, PISO or PIPO? It is SISO, correct? Serial input and then serial output. Input is applied serially and output is also taken serially. Okay. So always remember, for the sequential circuit, we not only see this input outputs, that is 0 and 1 and input and output side. We also see the timing diagram. For sequential circuit. So what we have here, we have the clock is available, data input is available, and serial output is available. So this, the brown color arrow mark indicates the start of simulation, and this blue color indicates stop of simulation. So I want this to stop at 10th clock pulse. Okay. So what is my data? What should be my data? See, you will get this change in input signal. Wherever you want to change, you apply your input signal. Okay. So when I'll get the output? After 2 clock pulse, I'll get the output. Yes. So I can see that output in the serial output. Yes. So run this. See where I got this. There is a change detected in the first clock pulse itself. So we got the output in the second clock pulse. After a delay of second clock pulse, we got the output. To go to this waveform, we have the timing diagram. So this is the timing diagram method of analysis. Yes, got it? Any doubt in this timing diagram analysis? So how I went here? See here. Here I can find the start animation. Next to that is stop animation. Next to that is timing diagram simulation. So just click that. You will get what and all you have here as input output. So I have clock as input, data in as input, serial out as output. So all the input output will come in my timing diagram here. All the input output will come in my timing diagram. So now here I'll run only for the 4 clock pulse, and my data should be on here to here only. My data should be on. So now I'll run it. Yes. It has not detected at all. It has not detected my 1. See, up to this there is no change, and here it went to 0. It actually not detected my 1. So I'll again change. Clear simulation result. Yes. So this time it has detected my input, 1 input. So now what we tried? We tried 2-bit shift register. So I'll make it as 2-bit SISO. Yes. So next we will move a little further. Okay. So here next to flip flop, next to this flip flop option, I have the registers. I'll click this register. See, I have PIPO, I have PISO, I have SIPO and SISO. Okay. So this is like a ICs. ICs what I have. So I click on this. I'll put it here. So uh, instead of practicing like individual flip flop, what we did here we are going to practice the complete SISO as a IC diagram. Yes. So how many bit output is this? It is a 4-bit output, Q3, Q2, Q1, Q0. So how many flip flops are present inside this? How many flip flops are present inside this? Can anyone answer? How many flip-flops are present inside this IC? 4 flip-flop. Very good. Okay. So now once you start to design a sequential circuit, the first thing you have to give is the clock. Yes. So my clock is over. Then E is for enable the chip, and then CL is our regular clear. So what should I connect to clear? You should connect to logic high, and E enable should always be 1, no? Okay, this I have connected. For E, I'll put one switch. For enable, I'll put one switch. And then what is this? This is my input data. It's serial in. Now we are going to design serial in. Yes. Yes. So shall we run it now? We will start the simulation. Clock animation is started. I have started to change my input signal. There is no change in output. It has not reflected at all. What might be the reason? Clock is clock is animating. So clock is working. I'm keep on changing my input, serial input, but it is not reflecting in my output. So how many flip-flop we have inside this? We have 4 flip-flop. So after the 4th clock pulse, I should get the output in Q naught, but it is not giving the output. Why? Because the enable pin present was 0 here. I want to make that to 1. Okay. See, now we got the output. Once we enabled the enable pin, after the fourth clock pulse, we got the output. So again, I'll stop the animation. I'll change this to 0, and now I'll give the clock pulse one by one. Okay. First clock, second clock, third clock. Now I'm going to give the fourth clock. Yes. So in the fourth clock, we got the output. So it is a 4-bit serial in, serial out shift register in the form of IC. So what are all the things we connected? We connected a clock, enable, serial input, serial output, and then one clear pin we connected. So using the same we can simply design the serial in parallel out. Using the same, I can design serial in parallel out. So how to do that? So it's very easy. Just copy the whole thing, copy paste it. So this I'll remove. I'll take a LED array. Parallel output. Yeah, yes, done. But here I can apply the data only serially. So I can give the data one by one serially, but this output can move the data parallelly. All at a time it can move. So I'll start simulation. Yes, so clock is not working here. I have to apply the clock. Before applying the clock, I should enable my chip. Yes, chip is activated. Now, if I give the first clock, what happens? The 0 will go to Q3. Yes. Then for the second clock, 0 will go to Q2. Third clock, Q1. Fourth clock, Q0. Yes. So shall we try this? Whether that is working in the same way. So I'll apply the first clock. Yes. We got the output in the first clock. I'll apply the second clock. Yes. Third clock. Yeah, got it. Fourth clock. Yeah, got it. Now I'll change my input and then I'll apply. So first clock, yeah, it has come. Second clock, third clock, fourth clock. Yes. So it's the serial in parallel out. So it is working very fine for us. So I'll stop this. I'll take the next. You can also do it like you can also put it a background title bar for everything. So what is this? This is 4-bit SIPO. So that you can easily remember when you take back. I'll take the next shift register. So this register we finished. The same is available with 8-bit also the same is available. So my next interest is I'll go with the next easiest shift register. It's always easiest and very simple also. So I'll go with this. I have parallel inputs P3 to P0 and here I have parallel outputs Q3 to Q0. Then what else I have? I have a clear input, I have an enable input, I have a clock input. So we very well know about all the three inputs and this output also we experienced in the last exercise and this is new for us. So what I have to connect here? I have to connect the 4 different inputs to this point. Okay. So first for sequential circuit, we will always connect the clock generator. So connect the clock. Then I'll take the input logic 1. We'll connect the input logic 1. Then I'll go for input dip switches. I'll go 4-bit dip switches. So it is parallel input. And then here next I'll go for the 4-bit output switch. This is output parallel output. Yes, done. So now we will do the wiring. So once you know the logic, it's very easy to practice here. If you give 10 clock pulse, so how many clock pulse you need here in PIPO to get the answer? How many clock pulse do you need in PIPO to get the answer? They are very good. It's only one clock pulse. On the first clock pulse itself, I'll get the complete output. So as usual, you wire your complete diagram. So now next step is start animating this. Instead of enable switch, making a separate switch, I reduced the hardware. I connected just simply logic 1 here. So the chip is all time enabled. So each time no need to check whether the chip is on or not. Yes, the clock is not animated. I'll give 1 0 1 0. Then I'll do apply the first clock pulse. Yes, applied. Got the output immediately. So I'll make 0 0 1 0. Apply the clock. Yeah, got. Immediately on the application of every clock pulse, your output will reflect the input. So that is, input is applied parallelly, output has also come parallelly. Yes. So 4Q are moving in the railway station. The 4 counters are available. So everyone are going one by one, and then all the 4 are reaching the counter parallelly and coming out from the counter parallelly. So this is parallel in, parallel out. So next we will see parallel in, serial out. Okay. So here what we have the parallel inputs are there already present, and only one output pin is there because it is serial out. So only one output pin, and then I have a clock here. As usual, I have a enable also present here, and clock also present here. I know what to do with these things, but LD is different for me. So we will see what is that LD. So before seeing that, uh, I'll connect which and all the known things to me. So output is only 1 bit. So as usual, I have taken my output bit. And input is 4 bit. So you can go for the dip switches. Then here LD, I don't know what is LD. I'll simply connect one switch and see what is LD. For verification, we will put a switch and we will check how the LD is working. Yes. 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 The circuit, the designing part is over. We will do the simulation. I'll apply 1 0 1 0. Okay. So the clock is not animated. So initially, see, this is parallel input, serial output. Okay. The datas will be loaded parallelly. The datas will be loaded parallelly. I'll take the I'll take my PPT, then I'll come back to this. Yeah, this is our parallel input, serial output. See, here we had a logic, it is called as shift and load. So we had a control button. If I enable the load, the data will load into the flip-flop. If I enable the shift, the data will shift from one flip-flop to other flip-flop. Yes, so there are two things I want to do here. First, I want to load the data. I want to load the data to the flip-flop, and after loading the flip-flop, I want to shift that from one flip-flop to other flip-flop. See, if you want to do this PISO using flip-flop, you have to use this logic diagram. If you want to use PISO using flip-flop, you want to use this logic diagram, but I'm showing you the IC of shift register. So inside the IC, how many flip-flops are present? The complete package is present inside the IC. So it is available with only this output part. Q naught is available and all the parallel inputs are available. And now can you able to tell me what is LD? LD is this control pin. LD is this control pin. Yes. So first I want to keep LD to load the data, and second I want to keep LD to shift the data. So that is the logic. Now again we will go back to the tool. Yeah. So first I'll make it animation first. Hence it will not work. So first I'll load the data. See, it has started to work now. So I'll stop animation. So first, if LD is 1, if LD is 1, this data will go into the flip-flop for first clock pulse. So put LD to 1, apply 1 clock pulse, data will load. Input data will load into the flip-flop. Yes, then make LD to 0. If LD is 0, then for every clock pulse, the data will start to shift inside this register and you will get the Q naught. Yes, shall we see this? I'll give a different input. I have stopped the animation. Now LD is 0. I'll make LD to 1. So this is my input. 1, 1, 0, 0 is my input. I'll apply the first clock. So first clock is applied. All the data are loaded into the shift register. So then I'll off this so that now it will shift. Now it has to shift for every clock pulse. So first clock pulse, second clock pulse. See, this data has come here. Third clock pulse. See, this one has come here. Fourth clock pulse, what should come? Again, it went to 0. Yeah. So shall we try from this beginning, initial state? So I'll made everything as 0. I want to load this. Apply 1 clock pulse. Thus, everything is now 0. So that is, this input is loaded here. Then I'll give this as 0, LD as 0. Now I apply the clock pulse. Now for all the clock pulse, your output will be 0 only. Yes. This is my input. So we will check it with this one. Yes. Now you know all the shift registers inside the all the flip-flops inside the shift register are filled only with zeros. Yes, old according to the old output. Yes, now this is my input. I have given 1. So I want to load the data into the flip-flop. I'll apply a clock. Yes, so the first one has come here. Yes, there is no need of shifting here because it is on the first one. Yes, for the second 0, I'll make this to 0. I'll apply the second clock. Yes. Third clock. fourth clock. Yes, got it? This fourth one has come here. I hope you can able to follow this. This is what this is. This is parallel input, serial output. So I take a this one text box. So what should be LD? LD equal to 1 for first clock. Then LD equal to 0 from next clock or second clock. So before this, what you have to do? Set the input. So set the input, make LD equal to 1 for first clock pulse and then LD equal to 0 from the next clock pulse. Yes, so that is the thing we have to do. If you go through the theory part once and then if you do the practice, it will be very easy for you. So we have seen PIPO, PISO, SIPO. We will also see what is there in the universal shift register. Yes, universal shift register. So I have, first we will see what and all our known input outputs. So P3 to P0, parallel input, Q3 to Q0, parallel output, clear, CL is for clear, CK is for clock, INR, it's new to us, S1, S0 is also new to us, and then INL, that is also new to us. Yes, so we will first give the things which are all known to us. I'll take a 7 segment so that I can see. I'll take a LED array itself. You can go for 7 segment when you are using counters. You can go for 7 segment output so that you can see how it is counting one by one. And then S1, S0, I'll take some switches. I'll take some switch for S1 and S0. Okay. Then which is left out, INR input right and then input left. So these two are left out. So while discussing SISO and SIPO, we discussed rotate right and rotate left. Yes, no? So this is rotating right and this is rotating left. Okay. So now we will wire all the things. Okay. This is done. This is done. This rotate right I'll take Then I'll connect to the Q naught. Okay, this pin. Rotate right, take the rotate right, connect it to Q naught to do right rotation of data. And similarly, take the rotate left and connect it to Q3, left rotation of the data. Okay, so now here 0 0, you will get the output as such. See, now S1 and S0 are the control inputs. S1 and S0 are the control inputs. I'll show you a table. I'll take you to the PPT. I'll show you the table and it works accordingly. Yes, so the same diagram is this universal shift register. See, 0 0 state and output unchanged. 0 0 state and output unchanged. 0 1 it will do right shift. 1 0 it will do left shift. 1 1 it will do parallel input, parallel output. Okay, so keeping this in the memory, we will see whether that is working or not. So 0 1 is for right shift, 1 0 is for left shift. So I'll take you to the tool. Yes, so 0 0 means there won't be any change at all. So go for simulation. I'll do it all time animating. So clock is all time applied. So 0 1 0 1 means it has to do right shift. So I did 1 1. I did 1 1. So what happened? The control input S1 S0 is 1 1. So what happened here? The data is loaded parallelly. I'll change the inputs. You can see the output change. I'll change the input. You can see the output change for all clock. Okay. So now I'll give 0 1. See, it is moving right. See, it is moving right. One means it will load the data. See, now only this one is loading here. Now if I give 0 1, see, it is doing right shift. Yes, is the data is doing right shift? Yes, it's working as a universal. Now I'll give 1 0. Do it's proceeding in left shift? Whether the input is proceeding in the left shift, moving left? Yes, it is moving left. If I change the input, again I have to load my input. Yes, my input is loaded. My input is loaded. Again I'll give right shift. Yeah, it has started to move right in sequence one by one, one by one. Again I'll give left shift. Now it is moving in left one by one. So if I make 0 0, if I make 0 0, there is no change. It has stopped in its old state itself. If I give 0 0, it has stopped in the old state itself. So what and all I can do in the universal shift register? I can do parallel input. I can take parallel input. I can do parallel output. I can do shift serial right, shift serial left. So these things I can do using this shift register. So we have discussed today shift register using basic D flip-flop. I did only for the 2-bit shift register. It's your practice to come back with your assignment of 3-bit or 4-bit shift register. Then we took the IC of shift register. We tried for SISO SIPO, PIPO, and then PISO. You will have a load button in PISO. I hope you can able to recall it. You have the load button in the PIPO. So first set the input. LD should be equal to 1 for first clock pulse, and then make LD equal to 0 from the next clock pulse. Yes, that is the thing. And here also we have a logic. So S1, S0 is the control input. So if it is 1, 1, it will start to load the data. And S1 is 0, S0 is 1, then it will do right shift. S1 is 1, S0 is 0, it will do the left shift. So it is accordingly. Yes. So this is also a universal shift register. The only change what I did is, instead of connecting wires, I connected a bus. Instead of connecting wire, I connected a bus. All other things are same. So in the place of wire, you will get a bus. Bus means it will have number of wires. So you can explore this bus where it is, and you can also try this. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yeah, Parul.
ma'am, it's
Yes.
actually 5-5.
Yes. I'm winding, huh? Okay, Parul. So we will end the session, end the today's session because it's already 5:05. Thank you everyone for joining. Any question is there, put it in the chat window, or else you can also send me a message or mail. Okay. Thank you, ma. Tomorrow